welcome. We're back at the shop working on the coupe. If you guys would have watched the last episode, you guys would have seen that we got this thing running, and today I'm gonna be addressing a couple of things that need to be fixed on this thing before it is reliably kind of running and driving. But today, my brother's here, Alex. We did find out a couple of things last time, like the oil pan was leaking, the steering rack was leaking, and I also found a vacuum leak in the intake manifold. I'll show you guys that in a second. Essentially, the game plan today is just going to be to undo the manifold enough to slide it back, because I forgot to put the butterfly screw back in the intake right here. I forgot this fucking screw. And so it's leaking a bunch of air out of this little screw. We had this steering rack in a parts car that we have out there. I don't know if I'm going to run it. It looks pretty beat. I'm going to have to swap over the lines as well, because I don't know how well you guys can see that. This is all punctured and beat up. And overall, the rack looks like it's in a pretty beat up condition, and it looks like I would probably need to rebuild this one as well, maybe. So I'm going to hold off on the rack for now. I'm going to see if we can get an oil pan for this thing, so we can at least get the oil pan put in and fix the vacuum leak and see what we can do today. Alright chat, so we got the intake manifold removed, and my brother went ahead and quickly cleaned off all the surfaces on the intake manifold and the block. I did need to go pick up a new gasket because mine ripped, and I picked up a couple other things that I was missing. Now I'm pretty much at the point where I'm ready to rip off the oil pan. My brother is going to do the rear diff service on this thing and figure out what we can do about this oil pan so we can get at least some oil in this thing and get this thing fired up again. I as well picked up a clutch line because I don't have one. So we're going to be throwing that in while the intake's off because I'll have all the room. And plus it'll be easily more accessible with the intake manifold off. So we're going to go ahead and knock that off while we're here. That way the clutch system will be fully hooked up and operational. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully bleed that today as long as the slave's good. And yeah. Alright chat, me and my brother did a bunch of off-camera mining, got the clutch bled, yeah, I don't remember what else, but we should be ready to fire this thing up and see if the wheels move.
Now they are, yeah.
wheels out of here, I guess.
Take the blocks off out there. Like, wait. Oh, fuck. I guess you just gotta go a little bit more. Yeah, I got my rim right in here. Wait, stop. I need to get a video on my phone. I can still video for now go back some. Are you just coming off? Cut that way a little bit. No, keep. That. Go straight, go straight. Come back my way. Go back that way a little bit. Nice.
I can't believe this thing just moved. It rolled around for the first time. It runs like shit. I think the timing still needs to be addressed. Well, I'll do that once I get a timing line. But yeah, she's here. I just died. But man, she did some good work though. Oh god, that runs horrible. what an unbelievable day. I honestly can't believe this thing just drove under its own power. Obviously, it still doesn't run the best. I still need to get a timing light and I believe dial in the ignition timing so it runs a little better, because it has a gnarly misfire and it doesn't run it doesn't seem to run the happiest. So hopefully I'll be able to invest in that in the soon. Hopefully I'll be able to invest in that soon. But yeah, I'm just gonna get this thing back in my bay. I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this one. I'm still can't believe that this thing just did what it did. Yeah, hopefully in the next video I'm gonna be, I don't know, we'll see what happens.